Northwest Fabrics is grand opening, a new kind of store.
With more kinds of fabric than you've ever seen before.
More to see.
More to sew.
More to save on, too.
More patterns, more notions.
More ideas for you.
More fashion ideas.
More ideas for home decor.
They've got all the basics covered.
And fine fabrics galore.
Northwest Fabrics, the more idea store.
Grand opening savings at Northwest Fabrics, Sheridan Drive at Niagara Falls Boulevard, Amherst.
You can enjoy anything.
A salad?
Enjoy a salad with light, crisp choy bean sprouts.
A family?
Enjoy your family with quick, nutritious choy chow mein. So good so many ways, there's just no end to what you can enjoy.
A party?
Enjoy a party with crunchy choy egg rolls.
La Choy makes Chinese food. Swing American.
Enjoy something tonight.
Are you here with the sports scoop?
The scoop? Yeah, what flavor would you like? Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, pistachio? I'll tell you, the Oilers are going to scoop themselves right off the ice if they're not careful. Edmonton getting destroyed. What can the Oilers say but, oh, brother. Yeah, the Sutter brothers did him in last night. Brent, 2 goals, 1 assist. Dwayne, 3 goals. They were cheering lustily in Viking, Alberta, but not in Edmonton, Alberta. The Islanders beat Edmonton 6-3. They had a 5-2 lead 29 minutes into the game, and that's all they needed. The final from Edmonton last night, 6-3, Isles 2-0 lead. Game 3 tomorrow. Game 4 coming up Tuesday at Uniondale, Long Island. Speaking of hockey, don't forget the Calder Cup. The Sabres farm team Rochester hosts Maine in Game 1 tonight at the War Memorial in the Flower City. Speaking of Rochester, good trivia question sent in by Thomasina Lewis of Buffalo. When the Americans won the Calder Cup back in the 1960s, 2 current NHL coaches played for them. Name the 2 current NHL coaches who played for Rochester when the Americans last won the Calder Cup. Have the answer for you in just a minute. And speaking of answers, who's going to win between the Lakers and the Spurs? I like San Antonio. That series tied 1-1. They play at the Hemisphere. Tomorrow, the Sixers and the Bucks, Philadelphia, with a comfortable 2-0 lead. MISL soccer, well, Baltimore at San Diego, Game 1 of their series tonight. Let's check the baseball board right now. First of all, in the National League, Cubs over the Phillies. Pittsburgh beat the Mets. The Cards decked Montreal 4-0. Other action last night, the Dodgers nipped San Diego. Houston shaded Atlanta in extra innings. San Francisco beat Cincinnati 4-2. Skimpy American League schedule, Oakland demolished Detroit. Boston beat Milwaukee, and Clancy lowered the boom on Cleveland as Toronto tripped the Tribe by a score of 6-3. The Bisons are back in first place. They beat Glens Falls 6-2. You can see them tonight at 7 at the War Memorial when New Britain comes to town. And you really went to town last night on the double at Hamburg. They had a nice combination, 2 and 5, take me freely, and that's cool. That's cool. 2 and 5, $33 for a $2 bet. Best bet to see the Bills? Well, it's a mini camp, and things aren't exactly open to the public. Ralph Wilson was there to watch them in action yesterday. Freeman and Vogler came to terms. Pacone is close to coming to terms. The noticeable absentees, people like Cribbs and Smirlis, and there's more action today till it winds up in the training camp in July. Now, the answer to our trivia question, the 2 current NHL coaches who played for the Rochester Americans. Are you ready? Al Arbor, who's coaching the Islanders now, headed for their 4th Stanley Cup. He was one of the defensemen. And Boston Bruins coach Jerry Cheevers was a goalie for that Rochester team. Finally, here is a special edition of Clipley's Believe It or Don't. Because this is Friday the 13th, we have a superstitious Clipley's Believe It or Don't. Believe it or don't, on Friday the 13th, Danny Neverett is so superstitious, when he goes to the golf course, he always carries an extra sock with him. You know why? Oh, in case he gets a hole in one. And that's Eyewitness Sports and News. You could say that's par for the course.
Yeah.
You could.
I could say you've taken a dive.
You could get teed off.
But I won't.
No.
Checking the stock market today, the Dow Jones is up 4.93, the New York Stock Exchange is up 0.27, and the volume is 31.3 million shares. In London, the price of gold is down $1.50 to $438 an ounce, and silver is down 7 cents to $12.88 an ounce. And today's job alert is for a licensed practical nurse for a nursing home. Call the job service if you want details. Coming up, here's Pie in Your Eye.
like slicing through solid milk. Creaminess that meets your mouth fresh and full. 4 quarts of milk, 8 pounds to make a single pound of cheese. Land O'Lakes 4-quart cheddar, 4-quart American. 4 quarts of pure milk go into every pound. Land O'Lakes 4-quart cheeses, fixed with stubbornness, pride, and 4 quarts of pure milk.
I'll bet you don't realize you're throwing your money away, but a lot of you are. You're paying too much for long-distance calls. Look, it's so easy to get Sprint. You use the same push-button phone, nobody comes to your house, but all of a sudden you could spend only half as much on long distance. Still, a lot of you go right on paying up to twice as much as you have to. Now, why would you pay twice as much as you have to for anything? Call Sprint. Find out about it.
Wouldn't it be nice to drink a bowl of fruit?
Wouldn't it be nice to drink a bowl of fruit?
A juicy, 100% natural, delicious bowl of real fruit with no sugar added, no extra water added, no preservatives added, no anything artificial added. Just juicy, 100% juice from juicy, 100% fruit. New Juicy Juice. Juicy Juice. Drink a bowl of fruit.
Long, long ago, people didn't have much in the way of entertainment. Mornings were dull.
Good morning!
Then along came Dan Neverth and WKBW Radio. Dan Neverth and KB, with news, AccuWeather, traffic, great music, and more. Now, mornings are brighter, more informative, more entertaining, and more fun. Listen to Dan Neverth Mornings on Radio 15 WKBW. Bring some civilization to your morning.
Well, we've got a sweet treat for you today. A great dessert that's just a tiny bit decadent. Mr. Food has the luscious recipe.
I'm in my glory. I found a super recipe that's simple as can be. It's just mixing. There's hardly any cleanup. It's inexpensive, it's fast, and it tastes and looks like $1,000,000. It's apricot cream cheese pie, and the recipe is enough for 2 pies, so even if there's a crowd, there's plenty for everybody. It's simply combining 1½ pounds, which is 3 8-ounce packages of cream cheese, 4 eggs, a ½ pound of sugar, 1½ teaspoons of vanilla, and a cup of canned, drained apricot halves in a mixer bowl. And you beat that for 3 or 4 minutes until it's all well blended. Then we pour that into a graham cracker pie shell, which I buy in the market because it's easier and they hold together better than mine do. And it's baked in a 350 oven for 50 minutes. That's it. Chill it and then garnish it with some more of the apricot halves. And I like to spoon some whipped cream or whipped topping on. And it's done. Is that easy enough? You don't have to be a kitchen whiz, but you sure look like one. It's no fail, no time, and no worry. And if you'd like the recipe, just send a self-addressed stamped envelope to me, Mr. Food, here at the studio, marked apricot, and we'll get it back to you. Now, imagine that creamy smoothness for those spring weekend parties, making them and eating them. Everybody says, oh, it's so good.
And as Mr. Food just told you, if you'd like that recipe, write to us here at Channel 7, and we'll send it right out. Danny, I bet you're out there with a group of kids, and one of them is a ham in training.
I'll tell you something, this is amazing. We're going to have terrible ratings today because nobody is home watching the show. Everybody is here. They're all here. Now, who are these people? I know what you're saying. Those few of you who are at home, you're saying, who are these people? Well, why aren't these kids in school? What's going on, these baseball players? Okay, first of all, the baseball players are from the Delaware Hurdle Baseball Little League. And tonight at the North Buffalo Community Center, they're going to have a big fundraiser, and they're going to be selling this stuff, Wicked furniture. Did you say it was Wicked? Oh, Wicker. We're going to sell Wicker furniture. Okay, that's going on tonight. It's a fundraiser for all our friends here who will, these are really great athletes. Look at these kids here, okay? Now, behind us and over here we have people from Fredonia, from Bosey School in Fredonia. How you doing? Okay. And we have some people over here from the Upson School in Lockport. Let's grab somebody out of the crowd here a second. You young lady, come over here. I want to ask you a question. Who is your favorite sportscaster?
Rob Allen.
Rob Allen. What about Cliff Smith?
Well, he's a pretty good dad, but, no, he's my favorite sportscaster.
I see. Okay, honey, thank you. Now, let's look at our weather eye for Western New York and see what's happening. We have no precipitation around the area at this time. The National Weather Picture, satellite from high in the sky, shows that storm is still hanging in off of New England. Clouds and some showers over New England. There's a band of clouds, Indiana, down through Kentucky. That's a warm front. And then out in the Midwest, we've got a cold front coming our way that'll probably bring us some shower activity into the western New York area by Sunday, maybe as early as Saturday night. But from now until Sunday, the weather's going to be sensational. It'll be even warmer tomorrow than it is today. And today it's sunny and pleasant and warm. You can read it yourself. High of 77, 72 near the lake. Our fish forecast for the day looks like this. The little critters are jumping around and hopping. And the best time to get a look at them will be about 3 o'clock this afternoon if you wanted to go fishing. We're just kidding about Clipper. You know, he was selected as the top sportscaster in America, and his wife is on the phone right now congratulating the Clipper. Let's listen in here, okay?
I'm so happy for you today. I could not help it calling you and congratulating you. Oh, it's all so wonderful. I'm so happy. Yes. And I hope you are happy too.
Clip, cut. We're back on the weather. Yes.
I see.
Now, facts and figures for this day in western New York looking like this. Down on the waterfront, we're under blue skies. A little puffy cloud here and there, but absolutely gorgeous. Today, the low was 42 at 6 o'clock this morning. The record's 81 in 1904 and 30 in 1895. Currently, it's 72. It'll get better. A little breeze down here. Humidity's 38%. Barometer is falling slowly. Winds from the southeast at 8 miles an hour. Over the next few days, you can see there's definitely an improvement in our weather. This is more like summer. Unfortunately, on Monday, we get back to some cooler stuff. It'll be cloudy, it'll be breezy, and it'll be almost cold. So enjoy today. Tomorrow will be even better. Sunday, some showers around, not all that bad, really. For all my friends who are here, we say so long, have a good weekend, everybody. Thanks for being with us on the weather outside.